week we talked about the inside leg hang, or the Scorpio. Today I'm going to show you another really awesome variation of this trick, the inside leg hang handstand, or more sexily named, the Scorpio handstand. It's a really easy trick. You don't have to be able to do the strongest handstand in the world per se in order to be able to do this trick. You do need a really strong inside leg hang. You need a bit of wrist strength. You need to be able to lock and engage your arms and to be able to hold your own body weight. Flexibility is very, very helpful in this trick. You don't need to be super flexible to do it. If you are super flexible, great. It's going to make it a lot easier in learning this trick. But it's also a really awesome way to help increase your shoulder flexibility as well as your lower back flexibility as well. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to go through the technique. Here we go. So as I already mentioned, you need to have a really strong inside leg hang in order to be able to get into this trick. So if you don't have your inside leg hang feeling comfortable yet, like you can hang there with no hands, go back to that, look at last week's video and make sure that you're really solid there before you attempt to do this. So when I go into my inside leg hang, as I mentioned last week, I'm going to really open my hips and turn away from the pole. What's really important in this move is getting your inside shoulder in front of the pole so that we can get the shoulders free and not being stuck around the pole in our armpits or anything, so that we can lock out our arms and engage. You also want to make sure that you're high enough on the pole so that when you lift up to your inside leg hang, you're not this high off the ground and not able to fully extend your arms. You need to have enough space to hang, that way you can reach the floor and hang here. So if that means you need to climb and then invert, that's fine. Or just make sure that you have a really good tight grip on that inside leg so that you're not sliding down the pole and you don't end up not having this physical space to block out. So I'm going to invert from the floor nice and high, getting straight into my inside leg hang. I'll show you this move from a few different angles so that way you can see exactly what's happening in regards to the shoulder and the placement of the hands on the floor. So up I go. Inside leg hang. When I'm here, I've already got my shoulders in front of the pole. I'm going to turn my chest away. The more I turn away, twisting my torso as much as possible, I'm going to feel my inside shoulder. I'm going to take my head to one side, completely free of the pole. Hands reach down to the floor. Let yourself slide if you have to, so that you can sink your palms to the floor and keep on turning away. As you can see here, both my shoulders are completely in front. Locking out my arms nice and tight here, by keeping my leg grip tight in this inside leg. Once I get to here, I'm going to lock out my arms. They may be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, which is a bit wider than you normally would have in a handstand. Get to a place that feels comfortable. If they're bending at all, come out of the move. You don't want to feel weak in your arms here. Locked out, slightly wider than shoulder width apart. So this free leg, I'm going to take it around to the front, very, very gently, tipping my hips towards the pole. Release the inside leg and tilt your hips so that you're slightly making your legs feel heavy and curving towards the floor. Once I get to here, I'm going to extend my legs nice and wide into a straddle, balancing my inside leg and my hips towards the pole. This is going to feel weird at first, so it's going to give a spotter to spot your hips. Once you feel comfortable, get those legs nice and wide. You can add in an optional wavy legs here once you feel super duper confident. To get out, put your inside leg back on the pole again. Free legs, circles back into that split. Sink down, that way you can get back into your inside leg hang. And you can get out whichever way you like. I'm reaching both hands up. So I'm going to make a straddle out and down to the floor. So I'm going to show you from a different angle, just so you can see exactly where the shoulders are and the rotation away from the pole. I'm also going to tie my hair up, that way you can see a little bit better too in case it's getting in the way. So from this side of the pole, I'm going to go on the same leg just so that you can see it better. So lifting up, inside leg hang, get it nice and tight. Shoulders, chest, turn away from the pole, free hands. Turn away from the pole, hands go down. Now wait till your hands get to the floor before you turn your chest back square to the pole. I've already got my shoulders here, that means just walking around a bit. There you go, that gives you a slightly different angle. See how my shoulders are really in front of the pole? This is what you want. So again, locking at your arms, find that place that feels comfortable. Be really careful of taking your legs forward. You're keeping bent before you extend. Curl your hips forward, and then extend nice and wide to your straddle. Once you want to get out, the inside leg goes back up. Hands release so that you're back on your inside leg again. Have fun practicing this trick. If you don't feel confident, make sure you've got somebody to spot you at the hips, especially in that moment where you're taking your legs off to extend into straddle. Remember, your key points are, number one, make sure that your inside leg hang is super solid before you try this trick. Number two, make sure you've got enough space to fully lock out your arms once you come to the floor. Number three, ensure that you're turning your chest and your shoulders away from the pole to get that inside shoulder around. Number four is, make sure you've got your balance before you release the legs into straddle. And you want to feel like your legs are really heavy and pitching forward in that moment where you're taking the legs down. So hopefully these tips are helpful for your Scorpio handstand. Have fun practicing it. You can try the wavy legs once you get the handstand part feeling really, really solid. Send me your progress videos or pictures if you nail this move, and have fun with it.